Hello, and welcome to Reshoot, an amateur's guide to theater film. I am one of your hosts, Eduardo.
Ruthie?
Hector.
Okay. I
Today we
can't go
will
that
be
deep, guys.
Babality. Today we will be doing Mortal Kombat. No, that's
For
the fucking Mission
audience,
Impossible theme, man.
for the audience, we
Ah,
were bobbing along to that.
here.
Kong vs. Godzilla was like the movie I was hyped for. I think Mortal Kombat's the one he's hyped for.
Yes. Uh, I was very hyped for it because one of my friends plays Mortal Kombat, competitively. He's never gone to tournaments though. He's really good though, and I got into it. He plays Kano, and I play one of the newer characters, Aaron Black, who's just a cowboy, and that's literally his character. He's very one-dimensional, mercenary cowboy. That's it.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
it is definitely a vibe because and it's funny. It's like Kano and Aaron Black are very similar. They like money. But,
So,
but yeah,
do you want to give us the plot
synopsis.
synopsis?
All right. So, yeah, synopsis of this movie starts off with Hanzo Hasashi and Bihan and their conflict, which is never explained in the movie. Although I think it's just that the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei have always had a rivalry, Japan and China kind of thing. Uh, Sub Zero ends up killing Hanzo, and Bihan ends up killing Hanzo and his family, except for one, which is new. This is not part of the actual lore. Mortal Kombat. Hanzo goes to Hell or Netherrealm, and then we go to Cole Young, who is a fighter. Jax finds him, Jax loses his arms. To a third different character now. Every time they give Jax's arms back, he loses them to a different person. First it was Ermac, now Sub Zero. There's someone else in there that I can't remember who it was. There's like three different people now. It's awesome. Yeah, Jax loses his arms. Cole Young teams up with Sonya Blade and Kano. They kill a reptilian, or who is not actually reptile, called Sizoth. Um, Kano does. Kano wins. And then they go to find Raiden's temple to train for the Mortal Kombat tournament. Shang Tsung and his cronies try to uh, win the tournament before the tournament even starts by killing all the champions of Earthrealm. Raiden can delays them for a little bit. Kano fucks shit up, makes it so they fight before the tournament actually happens. Yada yada yada. Earthrealm's champions kill all of Netherrealm's champions. Scorpion gets resurrected by Cole Young, who is descendant of the baby that survived. Scorpion fights Sub Zero and gets his revenge, and then he's just like, "Eat, see you later." And then, what was he gonna say? Oh yeah, Shang Tsung just like gets yeeted back to Netherrealm. No, Outworld. Maybe my bad. Yeah, and Earthrealm wins for now.
Dun
Yes,
dun dun.
flawless victory for now. Hopefully there are more movies, honestly, because if there if there are more, that just means more and more chances I might get to see Aaron Black on the big screen shooting his guns. Shit.
What's his arcana? Gun.
Yeah, his Arcana is literally gun. Also, yeah, that dragon marking Arcana stuff brand new to this. Like,
I imagine so. It
yeah,
kind of,
because
honestly, the movie kind of gave me Dragon Ball Evolution vibes. Not necessarily as bad, but
it's not even like it's not even bad to the Mortal Kombat universe. The Arcana like
mhm.
it that thing just kind of like I think it's for the normies,
Fair
the
enough.
people who don't know much about Mortal Kombat, to kind of explain these powers that they have. Because, yeah, Kano does have a laser eye, but in the game it's because he gets his face shot off by Sonya, but he doesn't die, and then he gets a metal eye, and he can shoot a laser out that eye. Not an actual power. Sonya's little
As you
arm
do.
yeah, Sonya's arm cannons is also just tech. It's not actually a power. And then yeah, Liu Kang can manipulate fire. Kung Lao has a saw blade hat. Cabal is he's a nomad, is what they call him.
No, wait. Was Cabal in the movie?
Yeah, he's the one in the Iron Lung.
Oh, right. He was the one in the metal thing, right?
Yeah, the Iron Lung. He called it an Iron Lung. He's super fast.
Right.
He's a nomad. Then you got Nitara, who's a very small character actually. She's never been in one of the main numbered Mortal Kombat games. She's always in
Wait,
like
wait.
Mortal Kombat like Ultimate Destiny or something like that.
Wait. Is she the one with the?
That's she's a real turn on.
Her.
She's the banshee with the wings. Yeah, Nitara. She's not a very big character at all.
No, I'm just saying that's a really weird.
Yeah.
Like not a bad addition. I'm just kind of surprised. Like, I guess they're really trying to.
Yeah, which
Flex?
is yeah, like Nitara was not something anybody expected really. Then you got Melina, who is which makes no sense. Yeah, big mouth lady, because in the lore, Melina is a clone of Katana, who is not in the movie.
I think you're right.
Katana. She's the girl with the blue fan blades. You actually see Katana's fan in the movie, right next to where Kano takes the amulet, which I think actually belongs to Jade, another character in the Mortal Kombat universe. You can see her fan there for display. Yeah, you got Melina, you got Shang Tsung, who is always just, I mean, for the first part of Mortal Kombat lore, he's just Victor, who's kind of bad guy. He answers to Quan Chi, I think. He's the real bad guy, but he's in the background doing stuff.
You really know your lore.
Yeah, I researched a lot of it after I started getting into Mortal Kombat and playing the game.
So
That
So what?
general whatever he called him, the guy with the hammer, doesn't exist. Like, Cole Young also
Really?
doesn't exist in
I
the
know Cole
thing.
Young didn't exist.
Yeah, and then you got Goro, who is so he said Shokan blood, but I think he's not talking about Shao Kahn. He's just Shokan is just Goro's race, I think. Because you see Shao Kahn, he's won one tournament. Goro's won one also, former champion. Yeah, you see Shao Kahn in the paintings.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, this movie, fan service, but not to a fault, actually. Not at all to a fault. Good. Decent. Like, expected 1995. Worst case scenario, 1997 Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I don't think you can get much worse than 1997 Mortal Kombat. I mean, the only movie that's worse than that is The Rise of Skywalker, so. Brutality.
Quick question.
Yes.
We have a side tangent. Ruthie, Ed, Ruthie? Was this me with the Sonic movie?
A little.
Okay, I'm not bad. I'm just curious. Okay.
Yeah,
Being on the other side.
I want to put a whole bunch of stuff here. Yeah, I like Mortal Kombat now.
Oh no, they're fun
Fair
games.
Fair enough.
I just want more movies, and I want like.
Wait, do you want movies or good movies?
I want this kind of level for the
Fair enough.
movies. It seems that the director actually cared about doing the series justice while still trying to make a decent movie for even people who know nothing about Mortal Kombat.
So like Annihilation.
What? Annihilation?
Yeah, like the director for Annihilation.
Not Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, right, because
Yeah.
that confuses
That's a really
both.
bad.
No, I'm talking.
Yeah.
The Natalie Portman Annihilation.
No, director's name I forget.
Oh.
Annihilation. Oh yeah, like
the book and the movie are completely different, but in the best way possible.
I don't like Blade Runner.
So I'm glad you liked the. I'm glad you liked the movie, Ed. He
Yeah.
was really excited for it for months.
Yeah. I guess I'll just start, right?
Yeah,
Things I
I thought you
liked.
were starting.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you
Things I
were
liked.
starting.
Sorry, things I liked. Kano. Kano is the best character in this fucking movie, and probably even the best actor in general. Like I rewatched a little bit, and like Cole Young's line delivery, little lackluster at times. Sonya as well, but everyone else did pretty good, except for Aiden. But I think it just might be that he doesn't English isn't his first language, so it might be a little. I'll
I did
give
a
him
good
a
job with.
pass for that. What?
Yeah, I would say I think he did
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. And then Bihan, Hanzo, so good, both of them. Sub Zero and Scorpion, oh,
Did you
magnificent.
did you feel lied to about that? Because the trailer seemed to imply there was going to be more
More?
between
Oh,
those
more,
two.
more Scorpion versus Sub Zero.
Yeah,
I know. I took it 100% that they're gonna fight at one point, and I assumed it was gonna be near the end, and they did. The one thing that really like surprised me was Goro versus Cole Young, and then Cole Young literally, in the most literal way possible, gets plot armor.
I said the same
That's
thing.
what Hector said.
Yeah, he literally gets plot armor, which is the funniest shit in the world. But his arcana or power is actually pretty cool, and I would not be surprised if they include Cole Young in MK12 or even as a DLC. That would be a very cool power to have. Uh, as long as they balance it correctly, because comeback mechanics are kind of fucking dumb. I'm looking at you, Joker. Uh, uh, yeah, Cole Young gets plot armor and beats a four-armed giant who has won one Mortal Kombat at least. Like, I'm giving a skeptical look. They could have. I think it would have been better if he fought Melina. But no, it
Okay.
makes sense with Goro because that's how his armor works. Because Goro just hits you hard, and then his armor just absorbs it. Human punching bag. Yeah, literal plot armor. That's the one thing I was like, I don't really like too much.
So that
But
was
other,
your dislike? I thought this was your like list.
well, yeah, I'm jumping around a little bit. I'm going back
I
to my
didn't.
likes.
I didn't like it either.
My likes was the fan service is very Easter eggy. It's not like thrown in your face. That's really good. That's how you do fan service. You want to give fan service for that is kind of subtle, so the fans actually notice it, but it doesn't get in the way of people who don't know much about the series to get a little confused about what they're saying or what you're seeing on the screen, which is
So the
very good.
Castlevania treatment.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because you just have Jade's amulet. You get a quick flash of Nightwolf, who's another character. He's like the name with the paintings that you see on the newspaper clippings in the Sonia's wall.
And then at the end with Johnny Cole too.
Cage.
Cage.
Johnny
It's fine.
Cage. Johnny Cage. Yeah. Uh, they need to get a person like Jean-Claude Van Damme to play Johnny Cage because that's who Johnny Cage is influenced by.
Wasn't John Claude Van Damme gonna play in the original Mortal Kombat movie?
I don't know. I think they wanted him, but I don't think he was
I think I heard he was
supposed to.
supposedly up for it. Just didn't work out with the scheduling.
Yeah.
What could have been? Anyway,
They need someone like Jean-Claude Van Damme for Johnny Cage. Yeah, the Johnny Cage one is the only one that's kind of in your face, but I think even non-Mortal Kombat fans know the name Johnny Cage at least.
with just
Yeah,
doing like a so-so
yeah,
motion.
so and so. Like you've heard the name for sure, probably, right?
I've
Or
watched
it sounds
a lot
familiar.
of like video game history videos, so that's how
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. I don't know much of anything about fighting games. I'm not a fighting game kind of person.
Yeah. But that's the only one that's kind of in your face, but it's at the end of the movie. It's just a little Easter egg for what might come next. That's the fan service thing. Another thing I like. The fights in general were good. I heard complaints that like from a certain person that the fights didn't seem like they had much weight, like when they're just fighting. But they felt like the punches that they landed felt like they were doing damage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or hits and stuff. Uh,
Yeah,
the other one that
especially that.
does give me a little bit of a not so much weight is the Goro Cole Young fight.
I mean, he's fighting a CGI monstrosity. I
I know, but like
blame that one.
even like Goro would just like honestly before he gets his plot armor, Goro could just like rip it in half, no problem, in half a second. Like honestly, like that's the one where I'm like, Goro, come on, just grab him by the head and squeeze. You're that strong. Yeah, the fights were good. Fucking Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Mwah. So good. So fucking good. Get over here. I am no longer behind. I am Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero, the actor, I'm always bad with naming the actors. I don't do this research beforehand because
Because you're not Hector.
I'm not. Let's jump back to Kano. They did Kano so much justice. Fun fact: Kano was not Australian until the 1995 movie.
I actually knew that one.
Yeah, and the actor who played Kano in the 1995 Mortal Kombat is just like, I'm gonna do an Australian accent, or I think they asked him to do an English accent, and the director didn't know better, so he just did an Australian. He's like, yeah, that's good. I don't know how true that is, but that's
I know he did. I know the fact. I know for a fact that he did. Like, I'm just gonna do an Australian accent, and I heard that it was so popular that every game and everything
Yep,
after that,
yep,
Kano always has Australian
yep.
accent now.
Every game after 1995, since it was so well received, he's been Australian ever since. Because
Amazing.
he wasn't in the first like 2 or 3. He was just some white dude with a laser eye. Uh, yeah. Hey now, that fucking beauty. So good. Everything he does in this movie is true character, true to the character, and he's fucking hilarious. Like when Sonya says, "I don't have one," talking about the dragon marks, you just hear Kano in the background go, "Wah wah."
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh god, Kano's so good. So good the entire time. So fucking funny. And then there's Cabal, who's my friend described it the best way. He's just a New Yorker. That's what Cabal is. He's just a fucking New Yorker there. Fucking yeah, that speech is a real turn on.
You just really love this movie, huh?
Yeah, and I love Cabal. I didn't think they were gonna put Cabal in the movie. Because Cabal is real full of his own shit. Like insanely. Just like Johnny Cage. Other characters. Koyan, good. Sonya, good. Uh Jax. Done 6 tours, motherfucker. Uh Jax is hilarious also.
I
Shang
had
Tsung
a
does his
question.
thing.
Oh, sorry. You keep going. I had a question.
Well, Shang Tsung just does his thing. Lena was weird. I liked what they did with her. They made her disgusting, which is, Melina. And I liked how they incorporated her teleportation that you can do in the game. General Ryzo or whatever his fucking name is, throwaway character. Goro was a bit of a letdown, in my opinion. He should have had more time to shine. But yeah, this movie was just a fun ride throughout. It wasn't even bad, which is great. It's not a bad fun ride. It's just a good fun ride. The entire movie. It really felt like Cole Young's actor wasn't really into it for a few lines, or maybe it
Fun
felt
fact.
him. Hmm.
Fun fact: I was trying to recognize the actor because I knew the actor for Cole Young, but
Mhm.
I was like,
You,
I'm gonna see
you
him in
said he's from
something.
Into the Badlands, right?
And the first season of Iron Fist, he plays the drunken fist master.
Who
So
is he? Who is he in Into the Badlands? Is he
he's
MK?
what's her name? The red who's the lady the one
The
who's trying to take control of the
Baroness?
Badlands.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Baroness.
she's the Baroness's love interest. He was in another Mortal Kombat movie.
As Cole
He
Young?
was not as Cole Young. No. He was they did like a prequel to like Mortal Kombat 11. It was like a web series movie. It was like a mini movie, and he was in
Oh,
it.
and
I
it
looked at
but
his
it, but it,
IMDb.
but it was like a Mortal Kombat, like NetherRealm Studios. The studio did
I think it
this.
was for the games. It was for the games.
Oh, dang.
So I think he's a huge fan. I think it was just maybe the delivery.
Yeah,
Or
you
maybe
know
the
what I would
direction that he was
love.
given.
What I would love to know
That's what I
is,
meant. Thank you.
yeah, I. Oh, by the way, leading up to this movie, the original Sonya Blade actor like did a whole bunch of stuff promoting the movie, even though she wasn't involved with it at all, as far as I
Oh,
know.
cool.
Like she posted on her Instagram donning her Sonya Blade costume from the original movie, and like talked about like you guys better show up, watch the new Sonya Blade kick some ass, and she does. Yeah. Okay. More to my dislikes. Okay. Nitara's fatality, Kung Lao's fatality, funny, flawless victory, really good, really funny, like cheesy as fuck. But I ate that shit up. It's Mortal Kombat. It's cheesy as fuck. Like I love it when Kano says Kano wins and flawless victory, and Liu Kang's like fatality. And,
Where's the dislike here?
the dislike was the other deaths, like the way they finished them off, kind of, or yeah, like how do I say
Like
this?
like Liu Kang's dragon, the fire dragon.
That's that's actually his fatal blow in MK11.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
how
say
it
why
works.
do you hate Liu Kang's flaming dragon?
No, I like that. It's just that the fatalities for some reason, like they're bloody and gory and Mortal Kombat fashion, but just kind of happen. I don't know. Like especially Goro's one just felt really just like out of fucking nowhere. Oh, and oh fuck, Melina, how she dies, so dumb, so dumb. Just Sonya shows up and blasts her. Like, yeah, okay, that's a Sonya Blade fatality where she blasts a circle and then you see her through the little hole. But like, come on, it's Melina. She's like a psychopathic serial killer, basically. He was such a letdown. Also, they needed Sonya Blaze. I don't want to talk too bad about them, but I think, and I don't. It's not the actor's fault. Probably it was maybe just some direction or rushing. Like they needed a little bit more training for their choreographed fights. Sonya Blade and Melina especially, because when they were fighting on the table, like there were a lot of cuts, and that one really felt like the hits weren't strong at all. Like it didn't even feel like they were blocking strong hits. They were just like putting their hands up there. That one felt really off. But since Cole Young, he has like martial arts experience, and also Hanzo Hanzo and Bihan's actors, they also have martial arts experience, so they could go all out, which is great. Bihan's actor is actually like a world class like judo champion kind of thing.
Isn't he in the Raid movies? I haven't seen those,
I
but
don't know if he might be, but if he is, he's not one of the main characters.
I need to see the Raid.
Yeah, and
Wait,
Hanzo
like
he's also in like Wolverine movie, the
Raid Shadow
the
Legends.
Wolverine. Yeah, like just like how they just like kind of show up and finish off some characters. It's a little quick and too easy. Really let down by Melina and Goro.
So how do you
Generals,
fix
whatever.
it?
How would I fix it? Uh, so for Goro, it's really hard for this because for Goro, I would actually probably put Jax up against Goro because then you got this big middle arm guy against forearms, even matchup,
Oh, that would be
more or
really
less.
cool.
Yeah, and then actually I would put Cole Young against that General Raizo dude or whatever because he's got a big
Hammer guy?
hammer. He's still taking big hits, but Goro. It's such a mismatch putting Goro against Cole. It's just such a huge mismatch. Huge, very unbalanced. And yeah, I'd put Cole Young against the Hammer Dude, and the Hammer Dude just, starts hitting him. Maybe we get a little bit more out of him, and eventually he just hits him, and the plot armor comes in, pulls in a clutch. Liu Kang versus Cabal stays the same, and fucking Sonya versus Kano. That has to happen.
So when Cole fights the general dude, I guess you could say it's hammer time.
And Kano calls Liu Kang MC Hammer. If you didn't know, if you forgot.
Oh, Why are you assisting her, Ed?
Yeah,
For the
it would be Hammer
audience,
time for
you
Clutch.
couldn't see it, but Hector was trying to stop me.
I saw.
He
I saw.
tried.
He tried.
Well, you saw it, but the audience cannot because we don't
Oh, that's
record our faces. So for
no. We don't want to
context,
put
he
our
did
faces out there.
everything.
We're disgusting. We're ugly, all of us.
Speak for yourself.
Who fights? Who fought Melina?
Uh, at first it was Sonia and Melina,
Yeah,
because she
but
said like, "Give me the lady with the teeth," and he's like, "No, no, no, you get Kano,"
you get Kano. Yeah, but like
because she
I'm
needed to take
thinking.
Didn't Cole?
his
I think
mark.
Cole fight her first.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Cole fights Goro, and then he goes to fight. He gets teleported back, and then he's fighting Melina again, and
Mhm.
that's when Sonya finished her fight with Kano and does that. So yeah, yeah. So what I would change, however, is I like how Liu Kang got his uh fatal blow from MK11. Really fun, awesome, great. I don't like how they made Cabal stop using his powers, his speed boost, and that little weird oil thing. There should have been a the, Liu Kang should have done something to break his leg and then do his fatal blow and finish him off.
Pull out the banana peel, throw it on the floor. He's helpless.
He's not Diddy Kong.
Wait. So what would he? Okay. This is your expertise. You know the combos. What could he do to get the legs to like make him?
He
His
bended the
forward throw.
leg.
Oh, so he like
Forward throw.
times it just right and does a forward throw on.
Yeah, just like there's confirmed. Well, there's not confirms into throws in the game in MK11 at least, but he did the flying kick thing. That's good. That's good. That's an actual move and it's very popular. Yeah, but just like he does that thing and then he does like a quick 1-2, like just a normal combo where he puts him on the ground and as he's getting up, he just grabs them, kicks his knee out, and then throws him, and then he does his fatal blow with the dragon. That's better. That should have been it. Uh,
I'm surprised I didn't mention one thing that I actually caught. There's that point when Jax is fighting the hammer dude, and then he hits him hard enough, and the hammer dude just starts moving side to side like woozy,
oh
like you do
yeah,
for a
like
fatality.
what I would have liked is uh actual fatalities because none of them were actually like point for point like fatalities from the games.
I
Actually,
think they said they couldn't. I did some research. I was looking some stuff up the movie, and I think the director talked about some of the fatalities and stuff. He said we couldn't get it all the way, or else it'd be NC-17, because video games can get away with a lot
oh
more.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
I
I think
guess.
they said they were like really close to getting the NC-17 rating a few times, so they had to tone it down.
You know, yeah. Well, there are some more like E-rated fatalities, like because everyone has like 2 or 3 fatalities, and you got 11 games to go through to find one that works. You could even just do the first one. I mean, they did that with Scorpion. That's his like first ever fatality.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have liked to see more reasonable fatalities and like not just like how Jax like hits him and he's like and then he just does that. Like I want the like fatalities have this like tempo rhythm kind of thing. They sometimes have a little bit of an X-ray. A crushing blow would have been nice, really good to see.
Oh shit, you're right. Why didn't they do the X-ray?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do an X-ray at all.
Ruthie looks confused.
So
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 when you
in
do fate,
in Mortal Kombat 10, there's this thing called an X-ray, which is you do a thing and you see their skeleton and you see what bones are breaking and stuff. In 11, there's these things called crushing blows, which is like a certain thing that you do after you certain requisites are met, and then you get an X-ray and you see them breaking their bones or like rupturing their spleen or whatever. And there was none of that in this movie.
Okay, as a normie, I hate that.
You get
And I
what?
don't like gory shit. I don't want to see
Oh
the
yeah,
X-ray vision.
bones breaking, brutality. Kung Lao's fatality on Nitara was good. Spinning hat. That's all I wanted to see. I really didn't care what kind of fatality he would use. That's not really a fatality as far as I
I
know.
think it. No, I think it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he saws people in half. I know that, but like, I don't think he does it how he did in the movie. And flawless victory too. Yeah, but I would have liked to see. I would have liked Cabal to say lines that are more popular, like slow down or too slow. I mean, my bad. But I still liked the one line. Well, just all the bad guys were a little bit of a letdown, really. Like they didn't really feel like the heroes would lose,
Except for Sub-Zero.
except for Sub Zero. I mean, well, yeah, Sub Zero is the only one that like actually felt threatening. I like that the Sub Zero Scorpion Cole Young fight really good, really good. And the little ice wall and throwing people through the ice wall, that's an MK11. Um,
I did like how he made the frozen copy of himself, like he does in the game.
oh
In
yeah,
the
he left an ice clone. It's so fast. Like, and the thing is, like, yeah, he has ice clones in several games, but he doesn't have it in the newest one, which is kind of lame.
wait, they got rid of it in the newest one.
Yeah, the Sub Zero and MK11 does not use ice clones.
See, as a fan, as a legacy thing, I'm so sad. As a guy whose friend kept kicking my ass with Sub-Zero, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, another thing I didn't like is uh Sub Zero not killing Cole Young's family. I think it would have been a really nice parallel, like especially since Hanzo lost his family.
I respectfully disagree because it was a
Respectfully
chance
disagree, but
for.
like they're frozen into the fucking ring. Like how did they survive?
I mean, it takes minutes for organ failure. Um, my
Yeah.
whole idea, my whole thing was it was a way for Scorpion to avenge his family in a sense, and like fix the mistake, fix the past a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fine with that one.
What else did I not like? Oh, what I would change? Yeah, I changed the matchups. I would like to see a little bit more of at least a couple hits right before Hality, the finishing blow kind of thing. Like Sonya, instead of just showing up and blasting Melina, Sonya shows up, kicks Melina off of him, and then she does a quick like 1-2, like kicks her down, and then just punches her in the gut, and then does the blast kind of thing. You know, just a little bit of a lead up to the thing because it just felt so jarring. Just like she shows up, bam, Melina's dead. Next person. Dumb. The Goro fatality was good by Cole Young. That one at least had a little bit of a lead up before he's just like, yeah.
All right.
Jax's one was also not very good. And again, they could have done more with. They could have done something to make Cabal not die in such a stupid way. The way they killed him was good, but the setup to get him killed was a bit of a cop out in my opinion.
Okay.
He gets stuck in some weird goopy shit. Reptile was cool. That fight was cool. And yeah, it's a really good setup movie, is what this is. It's a really good setup, and they should make a trilogy, which is this movie, pre-tournament, not a movie, tournament, and then the last one, post-tournament.
That's the director. I think said that's the plan.
That's not what maybe that's what the director said, but I don't think he said that was the plan. He just says that this is what this seems. It would be a really good trilogy like this.
Okay.
And yeah. Also, how does Bihan live for like centuries?
He can freeze himself.
I don't know.
He froze the clock.
There must be some explanation in the video game. Maybe.
I don't know that much. I think you
No.
know more.
But I know, yeah, Hanzo's dead, so like
Well,
you know.
Do you age in the outer worlds? Or the
Outworld?
outer realm? Yeah, Outworld.
Oh, aging might be different in Outworld. That might be it, because he was kind of living in Outworld. And NetherRealm, that's basically hell. You're dead, like Hanzo's dead, so he's fine. Oh, also, Hanzo speaks to Cole in Japanese. I don't
And
think
Cole understands it
was
perfectly.
Japanese.
No, I commented on that too, and Hector's like, I think it's like a ancestor thing. But yeah, that was
I
weird.
think Cole's just like, I have like the same thing Hanzo said to Bihan in the beginning. Is like, I may not know your words. Like Cole's probably just like, I have no fucking clue what you're saying.
This
but
might as well just
with
happen right now.
tone and how long it was, I get the general idea of what you're trying to tell me. But the last thing about like protect your family and all that, Cole's just kind of like, yeah. And the way Scorpion leaves, so cool. The step back into the flames, he just fucking showed off.
They
Wanted to show off.
they set him up to be able to come back, right? Because he's like
Scorpion always
awakened.
comes back. Yeah, he's awake.
Fair enough.
He's freed. He's
Okay.
free from NetherRealm. He's free from NetherRealm. I'm sad we didn't get to see Scorpion teleport, however, because he has.
Yeah, I was
He
waiting
has
for
a
that.
teleport. He has a teleport because he can go to the NetherRealm whenever he wants, basically. So he just pops
Wasn't
into the
that the-
NetherRealm and pops back out.
Wasn't that the implication when he stepped back into the nether realm?
Yeah, but not during the fight.
Yeah,
he
but
can
not
teleport
during the
around.
fight because he can teleport during the fight. Oh yeah, and like
Well,
the
maybe they're setting
fatality.
that up later.
Hmm?
Maybe they're setting that up for the second. Like, oh, he teleported to the nether realm. Maybe he'll do it in the next one.
Yeah, because maybe he doesn't have all that power since he just was released from NetherRealm. But yeah, the fatality on Sub-Zero, that one was decent. Also, that one was good. Also, just like the Goro one, because there's setup to it. There's some weight to it, story behind it. I didn't need the like couple hits before kind of stuff. I just need the you remember this face, and then toasty. And yeah, that's what I would change basically. The setup was good. The first half of the movie, I liked the setup. But like it wasn't just straight up action. It was 2 hours long instead of an hour and a half, which is great. Good choices all around, really.
Yeah, dang it, that was a lot. Like I did not know that much. Again,
I'm
boy,
sorry.
No, it's fine. I just don't know if I can live up to that. Okay. What I liked, the fight choreography was pretty good. That first fight, especially. It just I don't know. The story was really cool. I'm surprised how much I cared for like Hanzo and his family and shit in that short of a time. And again, the fight was fun. I like Kano a lot. Don't know. I can't remember which scenes off the top of my head, but there's a few scenes where I'm like, "Can you please shut up?" Like, which is weird because I usually don't hate those annoying characters. Like Sonic, he was annoying in the movie, but I didn't hate him as much. Like, it wasn't like I didn't find him annoying for like a bit.
Maybe because Kano's a fucking asshole.
It's no, that the thing. I like annoying assholes though when it comes to like movies and shit. So I don't know what happened. I just didn't like it
I think
as
that's
much.
what they
I
were
liked it a
trying
lot.
to
I liked
get
it a
you.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him a lot, but there was a few scenes where I'm like, okay, please shut up. Again, I think the whole Scorpion Sub-Zero thing, they carried this movie. Also, I'm so disappointed because the trailer seemed to imply that there'd be more of them, and there wasn't.
There's a lot of
I
Sub-Zero
know
though.
a lot of Sub-Zero, but I was hoping for more Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Like, that's kind of the whole base. They're like the most popular characters in Mortal Kombat. I don't know. I want more. I love the cheesy lines. Like, there were some really cheesy lines. I loved it. Shit was great. Also, fucking all those fatalities were amazing. They promised fatalities, we got fatalities. Also, there's a really cool moment between what's his name? Liu Kang?
Liu Kang?
Liu Kang versus
Fireball guy?
Fireboy.
Huh?
Long stockings, the Fireboy.
Yes, when he fought that other who when he fought, there was a point when they're facing like side to side.
Yeah.
And it was just like the games. And I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool. That was a cool little Easter egg." Also, the low sweeping kick. Someone online said this on, I think it was like Reddit, and it was just like every time people start playing a fighting game, they always start with the low sweeping kicks 9 times out of 10. So when he's training them, Liu Kang training them, he does the low sweeping kicks. I thought was a really good.
I'm pretty sure that the low sweeping kick is like Liu Kang's actual down 3 or like down 2.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
not
but it
down
was
2.
more just like it's just the thing that like every
Yeah.
fighting game does is like stop doing that, and it just keeps
Yeah.
doing it. It
It
was a nice little like meta moment. It was really fun. My dislikes. I feel bad for going to the dislikes so soon.
Wait till you see mine.
Well, like it's just maybe the things you don't list on your dislike are in your likes because there was nothing to say about them.
No, I did like the movie. I really did like the movie, but there was a good amount of stuff that kind of bothered me. For example, there were way too many cuts in the fighting scenes.
For some, for sure.
A lot, yeah. But like for example, Louis Tan knows how to. Is it Tan or Tan? I don't know how you pronounce. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Louis
if you ever listen
Tan
to
is
this,
Cole Young, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he knows how to fight.
But they did so many cuts. So it's like, is it everyone else around him? Like,
my theory for that when we were watching the movie, I think that there was like a lot of camera work done, and the editor just could not make a decision on which one was good, and he said, "Use all of them."
Yeah, but I know when Cole, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero fight, they do kind of like an Into the Badlands kind of shot like above them, and when they're fighting.
Yeah.
Which
Those
is
are
really
cool. Yes, yeah. Also, if anyone here has not seen Into the Badlands, I highly recommend at least the first few seasons. The later ones are fun, but the early two are like,
yeah, the first 2 seasons are so good, and then it just kind of
it's still fun, but it's not. It doesn't reach the same highs.
yeah.
But it's fun. Anyway, sorry, don't want to get lost. Speaking of Louis Tan, he was kind of wasted as Cole Young. I've seen him in a bunch of other stuff. He's really charismatic, and he honestly could. I can see him being a good leading man, and I'm a little disappointed. It felt like he wasn't given as much to live up to his potential. Yeah, Cole Young has ridiculous and literal plot armor. I thought I'd change that one a little bit. Here's the thing. His only problem with fighting is that he doesn't. In the beginning, it was said, "Oh, I don't have a defense." He doesn't have defense. He just goes pure offense, right? So you could say he has like a bit of a fiery temper. And then his whole thing was Scorpion saying, "Awaken me," right? So what I thought was going to happen is that he was going to unlock his Arcana, and he'd be basically being possessed by Scorpion.
That's what I feared, actually. I feared that Cole Young was just gonna turn into Scorpion. I didn't want that.
Oh, well, you're not gonna like my reshoot then.
I liked how they did it.
That's fair. I know I'm messing up with the lore here. I wrote this and I feel so sacrilegious. But at the same time,
lore gets
they already made
retconned every like 5 years.
Exactly. It's fine. I know Mortal Kombat gets retconned every 5 years, so it's fine. So how about this? He actually unlocks his Arcana first. And it's just basically him having to deal with Scorpion, Hanzo basically possessing him and just acting like a bat out of hell and just being hard. He can't control anything. He has a literal hell-bent Scorpion. And he has to control him. So now he has to control his own temper. Maybe he his other problem is that Cole is that he's like really too hard of a fighter, right? Like he has to be pulled back.
Yeah.
So he gets kicked out for being a danger to everyone. So then he's with his family, and then Goro attacks. Now him and Hanzo have to work together to make sure that his family stays safe. And at the end, basically they're starting to work together. You know, like maybe some of the moves aren't fully connecting, or he can't reach his full potential because, you know, they're both arguing on how to do things. Like first, like they're just fighting and nothing's getting done. Like inside, like mentally they're struggling. Then the second time he uses Arcana, when he's fighting with Goro, they're just not deciding how to do it.
Oh.
And then with the third one, because Rule of 3, this is when they're finally in sync, and they're both fucking hating Sub-Zero with everything they've got, and then they just fucking wail on him, and then from there, as soon as he kills Sub-Zero, he feels at peace, Hanzo feels at peace, and is willing to move on, but now Cole has the Scorpion powers. Also, I was kind of thinking, I broke my own personal rule here, I was thinking potential sequels, and I usually just focus on the movie as is, but with this one, I thought it'd be more fun if maybe instead of just Kano, there's also another guy who turncoats. Kano, sorry. There's another guy who turncoats, who can't find his Arcana, and there's heavy hints somehow, I don't figure out this one. He's Bihan's descendant.
Huh.
So, but here's the thing, instead of them you know how it's a bit of a parallel, because Hanzo and Cole had to learn to work together. He finally figures it out. He's finally maybe they're both orphans, you know. He's happy to finally have a family, this new dude. He sees them, he figures out, oh, Sub-Zero's my descendant.
Or
ancestor, thank you. And then he watches them kill Sub-Zero, and then he just gets angry, and then he gets taken away. But as he gets taken away, you know, like the lightning hits him, he's taken away, right? Back to other world or other realm. And you see some ice where he was standing. So then the next movie, it's him working with Sub-Zero's ghost, in a sense, or spirit. And then you keep that Scorpion Sub-Zero rivalry going.
Hey, can I put in a little input here how that actually works within the lore?
I know there's another Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
so I was kind of banking on
the little
that.
brother. And it's funny that you mentioned working with Sub-Zero's ghost, Bihan's ghost, because he turns into a wraith. He turns into Noob Saibot.
Oh, okay.
Friendship.
So I wasn't too far off.
Yeah,
okay.
And then that could be a thing. He's actually working with Noob Saibot, the descendant, who would be little brother of Bihan, and then as they're training, he figures out that Noob Saibot is just a maniacal murderer and just wants revenge. And maybe he's like, you know what? I'm not cool with this, because the new Sub-Zero is a good guy.
Okay, yeah.
That works really well, actually.
Thank you.
I have a clarifying question.
Yes?
Does the descendant of Bihan have that dragon mark thing, or is he like Sonya where he doesn't have it? Because technically the only reason that Cole had it was because... But
he would have it.
The only reason... But Cole had it because Hanzo died. Well, it kept getting passed down throughout his family.
It kept getting passed down, yes.
So Bihan is still alive. If we're assuming the same logic.
Bihan doesn't have it though, I think.
Really?
He's not shown to have it.
Oh.
I don't think Bihan has it.
Yeah, the rules with that are a little confusing because I don't think the other world people have the thing.
I thought he was human though.
I mean, there's some other, but
he's human, but he's not chosen. I think, at least for this movie.
Maybe there's
that's why this dragon.
That's actually a plot hole.
Yeah, that's why this dragon marking thing is just, it doesn't work very well with how the story goes. But
yeah, again,
you know, he could they could just both have it, you know. Sub-Zero just still has his because he's found a way to live for longer, and then
also
is also chosen.
Who's to say that if they kill I mean, if someone from Otherworld kills someone with the mark, who's to say someone else doesn't just randomly get the mark, like the next best person?
That's what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Because Outworld people
So
don't get the mark.
yes,
At
but
least that's what I
maybe the
saw.
mark.
Because
That's what I
because they're
thought.
because the mark is only for Earth Realm champions.
Yes. So it
But
just comes from another
Sub-Zero
Earth
is
Realm
Earth
person.
Realm. Sub-Zero
Yes.
is Earth Realm. So it would just probably get passed down. Well, but Sub-Zero will keep his because he's still alive, but it still gets passed down.
Yeah.
Also Cryomancer like him.
So
Sub-Zero canonically can make degrees up to negative 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which doesn't exist because absolute zero is like negative 480. Anyways, yeah, keep going, Hector. Sorry.
no, that was my okay. Well, yeah, that was my biggest change. I don't know. I just thought I didn't realize I was so close to the lore by accident. But
well, how it works with the lore. That's not how it actually is in the lore,
yes, but it works with the lore.
It works. Yeah.
So that was kind of a funny accident. I did not know that. I get that Sonia. I don't know how to say it. Sonia. Sonia. She's. I get that she's like a fully like she was listening to how they learned all this stuff for Arcana, and I get that she she's like a fully she's a pretty self-aware person. She knows who she is. She's not a Mary Sue. I know I'm gonna get comments. I'm not saying she's a Mary Sue. She does kind of make. She should have killed Kano earlier, and she should have. And she wasn't as good of a fighter without the Arcana. But I don't know. I thought it was too quick. Maybe she just had the hints at her glowing by the end. Instead of a full-on kill.
I agree. The fucking blast thing just kind of.
And it would have led to some excitement for the next one, right? Because like, oh, what's that? That's different. Oh, stuff like that.
I felt like it was kind of deserved. She knew all the stuff about Mortal Kombat. It seemed like the only thing stopping her from her Arcana was the mark on her skin.
Yeah.
So it made sense to me. I didn't hate it.
Fair enough. I'm not saying I hated it. I just wish that it would be more fun to have it as a hint.
Fair enough.
And then that way it wouldn't be such a like last minute weird thing. It just gave me a bad taste.
Yeah.
Again, I did like Sonya.
That actually makes a lot of sense. What you just said about her just getting it so fast because all she was missing was the last component. So yeah, it makes sense to me now.
I think did you guys think that there was some chemistry between Kano and Sonya?
Chemistry like between the actors?
No, like the characters.
Characters? Yeah, because they always hate each other in every.
No, I mean game. No, like romantic. I mean, come on, Kano's giving her eyes. Kano's giving her eyes.
Yeah,
laser
I know,
eyes.
But he's just a scumbag, dude.
Laser eyes.
Oh. Cut that out.
I thought of that joke last night, and I was just waiting for the setup, but I didn't.
A laser eye.
Also, I hate that they killed Kung Lao. He's one of my favorites to play in Mortal Kombat. That one I took a little personally.
Your friend's gonna get his soul sucked.
I know. He's dead. I don't know. I'm just a little sad. I like playing as him. He was fun to play as.
Just like Shang Tsung said, death is just another door.
I know, but still, like I like.
He's fine.
Fair enough. He's just in hell. No big deal.
Nether Realm. They should have just called it Nether Realm, not hell.
They did call it Nether Realm.
They did?
They did call it Nether Realm. It's just
they kind of flipped the terms a little.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they called it Nether Realm, but when Scorpion talks, he refers to it as hell.
Yeah, but like it's just I don't know. No big deal. He's just in hell anyway.
Yeah, no big deal.
Like that.
But yeah, I did enjoy the movie though.
By the way,
that's all I have to say.
Kung Lao's entrance with the hat teleportation, so good. Loved it. He does that in the game a lot.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have to say.
All right. For context, audience, if it wasn't apparent already, I have watched 1 or maybe 2 videos about Mortal Kombat. I've never played a game. This is my first Mortal Kombat movie. And if it isn't obvious, I'm not the target audience. Here's what I liked. I liked that it was as long as it needed to be. It didn't feel padded and it didn't feel bloated. It was kind of right there in the middle. I liked the fights. They were pretty interesting. They were nice to look at. I thought the CGI was interesting, and I liked Sonya's character, and I especially liked her kind of relationship with Jax. And I liked that she wasn't forced into any kind of romantic relationship with Cole or Jax. I'm glad that they didn't shoehorn that in because I told Hector at the beginning, like, what do you want to bet that they're gonna make Cole and Sonya like date? Because that's what happens in every single one of these action movies. It's the hero guy and the hero girl. They gotta kiss at some point.
Was this before you realized that Cole was married?
I mean, I knew that he was married, but I was thinking like, oh, drama, woo.
Or like the family dies early, so
yeah, like something like that. Because that's what always happens in these like action flicks.
That's fair.
Hey.
I'll
let you finish.
She knows about who Sonya ends up with usually.
Hector reminded me many times.
Sorry.
Yeah, the only reason it's not in the movie is because Johnny Cage is in the movie.
I dread the second one for that reason. Although I'm probably not going to watch it because here's my dislikes.
Wait, you're already done with your likes?
Fatality.
I said I'm not the target audience. I'm not the target audience. Damn. I'm gonna put it like that.
Damn. Okay.
So I'm not even just gonna bother with the Bechdel test. I've mentioned it on the podcast at least 2 times now. But
doesn't this movie technically pass it?
No.
There's only like one female.
Oh, there's only one female character. Goddamn.
No. There's a couple of female characters, but the ladies on the bad side, they almost never get time to talk.
That's fair.
They're always fighting or bitching, or quipping at each other.
Yeah,
they don't get a conversation.
Nitara doesn't even talk. I think
exactly
at all.
So the quick editing in the fights, I had a headache yesterday when we were watching it. And I was not a happy camper. It hurt to watch. Like, I liked the fights, but especially the ones in the middle, I didn't like them. Just because it was so much cutting. And it was Hector said, like, oh, you can at least see what's going on. Like, yeah, but, like, I don't know, I want to enjoy the art of people beating the shit out of each other. I don't need that gore. I just want, pretty punches. I liked the fights between Hanzo and Bihan for that reason, because they would take those bigger, longer shots where you could really see everything that's going on. You could really get in there with the, not necessarily gnarly details compared to some of the later stuff, but you could see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Cole Young, I said Gary Stu in here, and everyone always says that's not what a Gary Stu is. He felt kind of cardboard cutout to me. I feel like he could have had more personality, and I didn't like the exposition dumps. I'm specifically referring to the bit with Sonya in her in the junkyard place when she's like, so there's this thing called Mortal Kombat, and she like knows everything and she's listing it off, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is a lot of exposition.
I felt that it was okay because she's telling all of this to someone with the dragon marking. She's catching him up to speed. I felt that one was okay. There's some exposition in the temple that kind of is weird, but I felt that one was perfectly fine because she's just like very quickly just, you have the dragon marking, you have to be in this tournament.
Just a little preview of my reshoots. How I would fix that is I wouldn't give her half the information that she knew. It would be like
so she knew too much.
Yeah, I felt like she knew a little too much for being a civilian in this context. So, if anything, it would look a little bit more like, so there's like this thing, right? And it's like a tournament, and people are fighting, and it's been happening for centuries, and it's called like Mortal Kombat, but for some reason it's like with a K. Like, she sounds like a crazy tinfoil hat person. And Cole is like, what the fuck? But yeah, I'll get into that in just a second. I'm not even going to bother trying to fix the fighting stuff because I'm not a fight person. I'm just going to fix kind of the lead up. Let me see. For context, the reason that I'm fixing this is supposedly Liu Kang and the other guy whose name I always forget.
Wow? Huh?
Kung Lao. The two of them, they're supposed to be like finding the champions and like keeping them safe, right?
Yes. For the
But
most
they
part.
only encounter them in the desert, like halfway through.
Well, because they found Jax already is the thing.
Yeah, they found Jax, but in my version, I was toying with the idea of Liu Kang finding Cole early, and I would do that in one of two ways. So my first option, which I didn't like as much, yeah, it's that locker room scene. It plays out. Allie gets up, she leaves. She's like, "Okay, honey, have a good fight. Don't get your face beat in." She leaves the bathroom. Liu Kang's right there, like a little uncomfortably close, and she's a little startled. And he's like, "Do you have a dragon mark tattoo?" And she's like, "No." And she walks away because that's a weird, creepy guy. Ain't nobody got time for weird, creepy guys. And then it kind of goes off as normal. Uh, or have him stand in the crowd like Jax when Cole is fighting. The two of them, Jax and Liu Kang, they see each other, but they don't know who they are. And much like the stereotype or the trope in movies, where it's like the good guys don't talk to each other, they don't know who each other are. So they assume, oh, this might be an assassin person here to kill Cole and or me. So
And
then
then
after the fight,
Luke Kang takes Jax's arms off.
no. Basically, it's like the two of them are trying to get Cole alone and kind of like,
Oh,
hey,
okay, yeah,
buddy,
yeah.
are yeah, just kind of like, are you safe? Has that guy been tailing you for a little bit? But because the both of them are trying to do it at the same time, they're both kind of forced to back off a little bit. And again, Cole is kind of weirded out by this weird situation of both of these people not liking each other but trying to get his attention. So he's still a little skeeved out, but he still takes his family to Dairy Queen or whatever.
And
I
then
don't
plays it the
know.
same.
Yeah, like you
With
could go
Jax
off two
taking them
different.
off, taking them away.
Yeah. Well, you could even play it in two separate routes. You could do it where I don't know what happens with Kang, and you play it off as normal until you get to the desert, and Cole's like, "Hey, it's you again," and Liu's like, "Hey, it's you again." Uh, or you could have Liu Kang trail along with them, and I don't think I like that as much because I did say I
No.
didn't like the exposition dump. Although again, it would be funny with him there who knows everything, listening to Tinfoil Hat Sonia, just trying to explain all these different contexts with like half the knowledge that she needs.
I just realized a bit of a plot hole. Don't mean to interrupt.
No worries.
Why doesn't Raiden just teleport them
True.
to like
Uh,
the mount?
Raiden is an elder god. He's not supposed to get involved
But he keeps getting involved from the rest of the movie.
because Shang Tsung is fucking shit up. Like, Raiden is just trying to make things like work how they're supposed to. It's a lot like this in the games. Like, Raiden's not supposed to get involved, but people keep breaking the rules, so he gets involved with the people breaking the rules. He's just trying to
Okay
play
then.
it how it's supposed to be. He's only getting involved because the other people are breaking the rules.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the only reason Raiden gets involved.
Okay then.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
And he saves Hanzo's daughter in the beginning of the movie because he needs the champions.
Mm-hmm.
Like he or he probably does that because like otherwise the baby's gonna die, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that
this
and
is a
he's
dragon
supposed
marking
to
person.
well, and he says like I'm here to protect innocence. I just can't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
handhold the
He can't really,
champions.
yeah, he doesn't actually participate in the tournament. He's just he's Earthrealm's guardian. That's what he is.
Yeah. Back to Tinfoil Hat Sonia. So Cole doesn't trust this lady at all. And Kane, she's rambling off and she like mentions Mortal Kombat, the tournament. She vaguely mentions that there's like this mystic temple that nobody's ever found before. Yeah, so Kano is like, yeah, the temple, pff, not even shit. How are you supposed to train anybody there? And she's like, oh, so you've been there. Kind of like in the movie, but this time
Yeah.
it's like, oh, there is proof that she's not a crazy person. Then the lizard man attacks, and Cole has to kind of make this decision with Occam's razor, where it's like, okay, either she got really lucky every single time, but she's still crazy, or she's right and she has some information, but just not all of it yet. But considering that she's been right the first 2 times, probably that second one.
I dig it.
Huh? It would give her just a little bit more flair. I liked Sonya, but I feel like that would just
Yeah.
Finally, Cole edit. I feel like Cole needs a little bit of a personality. I give him a little bit more of a backstory than a personality. Uh, I wouldn't make him an orphan. I felt like it was too easy of an out to have like the as little information as possible about his dragon mark. So yeah, I gave him at least some family. He has the dragon mark, and he knows that his grandmother before him, she had the dragon mark too, but she died like a few days before he was born, and he was born with it. Right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's basically been passed down generation to generation. Uh, in his family, they made jokes like, "Oh, we must be like descended from ninjas or something." Like they have a running joke in the family. Like my family, we have jokes about our ancestors. I don't know.
Okay.
Where it's like, oh yeah, our family were like ninjas or something, because Hanzo was actually a ninja. I thought it would be kind of funny, and maybe that's where what.
It's a bit on the nose. I think I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not saying it's bad. I know it.
Well, my whole thing was like, him hearing as a kid, like, oh, my ancestors were ninjas. That's what got him inspired into martial arts.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a joke thing. Like, what? We're from ninjas, and then we are.
Yeah.
That's what you're going for.
Well, no, it's just like, yeah, I was trying to, again, give him a little bit more personality. Like, oh, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a ninja, like my great fucking great grandfather. Surprise! I also had the idea, I didn't write it down, but I was kind of toying with the idea of having Cole having some kind of injury as well, because it was implied early, it's like a throwaway line once or twice, but he was like a champion fighter. Like he won something once, but he's never been as good since. And I don't think he wins. He only wins one fight in the movie, right? He loses quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that could be an explanation as to why he's not fighting as good as he apparently did in the past. And why Allison didn't want to see his fights anymore. And that could be another explanation as to why he got the plot armor arcana. Maybe it's like to overcome that handicap that he's had for so long.
I took it. I took the he's not good enough anymore for like from like age. He's just
True.
aged out a little bit.
I don't know. Like Floyd, like some of the big dogs are still good. Some of the old boxers
I
are
know, but
still
like
really good.
some people hit 30, 32 and they're like they just like spike down from performance.
Yeah, fair.
I mean,
but yeah, that's kind of all I got. I don't know if that gives him enough of a personality, but it gives him something. I feel like it's a start.
They
yeah,
both took
I
Cole to very
agree.
different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that Cole is a little flat, honestly. Yeah, I wish Cole had a little bit more. The only little personality thing we get actually from him is when they're at the Dairy Queen and he goes to order and then he just like slurps up a little
Yep.
bit of his daughter's
Total dad
ice
move.
cream. Total what?
Total dad move.
Yeah, total dad move. It's hilarious. I like that part. Yeah, the only personality he has is I want to keep family safe.
Yeah.
I keep Summer safe. Yeah. I did want to. You reminded me of something. I wanted to say this. The CG, incredible, honestly. Especially the ice, like best.
Yeah, the ice was
ice
really
I have
good.
ever seen in my life. Like, oh
Yeah.
my
And it
gosh.
looks painful too. Like when it's growing on his skin
Yeah.
at the very beginning.
I thought there was
I
some blood
think.
there too.
Yeah.
I think that blood was actually from the people he killed, not actually
That's
his
fair.
blood.
Oh, okay, fair.
But it'd be
Either
cool if
way.
like back then it did like cut his skin because he's not as proficient with it back then.
And then in modern times, he says the cold doesn't even bother me anyway, and both of you grown
Okay.
now.
Oh, and when Sub-Zero shows up, when Cole's at the
Ugh!
when
Sorry, just
Yeah.
God, it took me a second.
Yeah,
Ruthie.
I just ignored it. Don't worry. I noticed it. I just ignored it.
I'm married to her. I can't ignore it.
Mm,
He has to hang on my every word.
yeah. But when Sub-Zero shows up and Cole's at the Dairy Queen, when it starts snowing, and then he stops the snow, lifts it up, and throws it down, that scene was so cool, dude. Everything Sub-Zero did was so cool. And then when he,
Hey, nice pun.
hey, yeah, nice. But that when Jax shoots the gun at him, but it's frozen, and I just love how he looks like he's just like looking at the shrapnel like from the shotgun, just like, cool.
Huh, that's
Like
cute.
he's not looking at Jax, he's just looking at the shrapnel like slowly coming through. I
So, what
think
do you
they
guys
did.
rate the movie?
Are you sure you want to ask me that?
Didn't you say you got turned around a bit by Ed?
Yeah. It
A
went from a
bit.
C minus to a C.
Okay.
I didn't like the
Okay.
movie, I'm sorry. It's not my
Hector?
genre.
C plus, low B minus.
C plus.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I expected like
It's
a
not
B
very
or B
good. I
plus.
liked it though.
I expected
That's fair. I get
do-
that.
Okay, when you okay, this is the thing I've been wondering. When you rate your movies, do you do it by your enjoyment or are you super critical about it?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's my critic rating. As a normal moviegoer, I would probably like a B plus as a normal moviegoer, knowing Mortal Kombat. But as just a critic, it's a C plus movie. It's just above average from what you see there. It's good enough where you can watch it. It's not like the Meg. Like
Okay.
Okay, so every C
the Meg is like a C movie. It's like what
I mean, it is a
Hollywood
C movie. It takes
averagely
place on
pumps
the
out.
ocean.
It's just like the
I'll
kind of
say.
movie that Hollywood pumps out, right? You know, that's like the Meg. This is a little bit better than that, but not. It's way better than Meg, but still.
Can I
Yeah.
say something controversial?
Do it.
I mean, we're gonna get crucified for the Godfather episode, so why not?
Fair enough. I think this movie was just like a slightly worse. It had the same plot of Power Rangers, the movie, the one that came out like 2-3 years ago. Like almost the exact same thing to where like they got their Arcana, or in this case the Ranger suits at the end, kind of a deal. And they did the team up at the end, but just not as good.
For me, the vibe was Dragon Ball Evolution, but executed better.
Very
All right.
dangerous words.
Yeah.
I can hear the salt from Ed. Well, no, it's just like that's the vibe that it gave me. Like I didn't know how like accurate it was to Mortal Kombat, so that having not played the games, that's how it felt like the comparison, like the live action evolution to Dragon Ball Z. That's what I watched. Uh, to like the games, but obviously, like the gap is much closer. Or yeah, there's less of a gap, but it still gave me those vibes.
See, now since it's my pick, part of me wants to do Dragon Ball Evolution, but I don't want to. I know I saw Ed's face. Ed's face is like, oh my god, what like? Ugh.
I've seen it
And
once.
I've seen it like I've seen
I've seen it a
half
couple
of it.
times.
You've seen a couple. Oh, wow, you masochist.
It's really bad. I love bad movies.
I saw it once.
I saw like
Way
3/4 of it, and I was
way
like,
way before I got really into movies.
So thank you everyone for listening.
Yes.
I
I recommend you watch this movie. But definitely do a little bit of research on at least the characters that are in it.
If you were already interested in watching Mortal Kombat, then you're probably the target audience. I wasn't
Yeah.
interested in watching this movie, so again, I'm not the target audience.
See, it's weird because I was looking forward to this movie, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. So it's a
I
weird.
was
Again,
I
it's a
was
weird
really
middle.
looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it.
See, that was me with Kong.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you everyone.
Join us next time
You
for to be announced.
you can follow us at reshoot podcast at gmail.com if you want to not follow us, but you can email us.
Mm-hmm. You can tweet us at reshootmoviepO1. And you can follow us on the gram.
Which is reshoot_podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Flawless victory.
Today's film was Mortal Kombat, directed by Simon McQuoid. The screenplay was written by Greg Russo, David Callahan, and Oren Uziel. The cinematographer was Jermaine McMicking. The original video game was made by Ed Boon and John Tobias. Go show some love to their various social media accounts. They made a movie, which is more than we can say here. Thank you for your patience during this last hiatus. We have not abandoned Reshoot. Life has just gotten in the way, and good news though, we do finally have our next movie picked. Our next episode will feature Knowing. Dun, dun, dun.